Dear students, welcome back. In the previous session, we have seen the applied anatomy of the arteries which are supplying the heart. Now, we are going to see the veins of the heart or venous drainage of the heart. So, the veins of the heart are numerous, and the common veins of the heart are the great cardiac vein and the middle cardiac vein, small cardiac vein, the posterior vein of the left ventricle, the right marginal vein, the anterior cardiac veins, and the vena cardis minimi. Venae cardis minimi. So all veins, what I have told, all veins except that anterior cardiac vein and the vena cardis minimi. These two will open into the right atrium directly, whereas the remaining all the veins will open into the large vein that is called as coronary sinus. That coronary sinus will open into the right atrium later after receiving all these tributaries to the coronary sinus, and it is going to open into the right atrium. So how many veins, major veins are present here? There is totally 8 veins and one large vein that is called coronary sinus. One is the great cardiac vein, middle cardiac vein, small cardiac vein, posterior vein of the left ventricle, the oblique vein of the left atrium. So here the oblique vein of the left atrium, and the right marginal vein, and the anterior cardiac veins, vena cardis minimi. Okay, these are the 8 tributaries, and out of this 8, 6 tributaries may open into the coronary sinus. Okay, the right marginal vein is having an exception. It may directly open into the right atrium, or it may open into the coronary sinus through small cardiac vein. So this is one difference of this opening of right marginal vein. Okay, now we are going to see this coronary sinus. This is the largest vein of the heart. It is situated. So this is what surface? This is the diaphragmatic surface. There is the posterior aspect, posterior view of the heart. Okay, so it is situated in the left posterior coronary sulcus. So this is the groove, coronary groove, which is present here. So in the coronary groove, it is situated, and it is about 3 centimeters long. This coronary sinus is 3 centimeters long. It ends by opening into the posterior wall of the right atrium. So this coronary sinus is going to open on the posterior wall of the right atrium. That thing we have already seen in the internal structure of the right atrium. Okay, so this coronary sinus receives the following tributaries. So what are the tributaries here? One is the great cardiac vein. The first one is the great cardiac vein. So normally this great cardiac vein accompanies with the anterior interventricular artery. So it is accompanying with the anterior interventricular artery, and then it accompanies with the left coronary artery, and to enter the left end of the coronary sinus. So after reaching here, so it winds in the coronary sulcus and comes to the posterior side and ends into the left end of the coronary sinus and reaches the left end of the coronary sinus. So this is about the great cardiac vein. Now coming to the middle cardiac vein here. So the middle cardiac vein, here you can see this middle cardiac vein. So this middle cardiac vein accompanies with the posterior interventricular artery. So this one accompanies with the posterior interventricular artery and joins in the right end of the coronary sinus. Okay. Now coming to the small cardiac vein. The small cardiac vein here, you can see this small cardiac vein. The small cardiac vein accompanies the right coronary artery. It is accompanying the right coronary artery in the right posterior coronary sulcus and joins the right end of the coronary sinus. So sometimes the right marginal vein, so I have already mentioned that the right marginal vein here may accompanies with the small cardiac vein and it opens into the coronary sinus. This is an exception. Next one is the another vein, that is the posterior vein of the left ventricle. Posterior vein of the left ventricle here. This runs on the diaphragmatic surface of the left ventricle. So this posterior vein runs on the diaphragmatic surface of the left ventricle and ends in the middle of the coronary sinus. So this normally ends in the middle of the coronary sinus. Next, another vein is the oblique vein. So the oblique vein of left atrium, it is also called as oblique vein of Marshall. So here you can see this one. This is the left atrium, the oblique vein which is present on the left atrium. It is a small vein running on the posterior surface of the left atrium. It is running on the posterior surface of the left atrium. It terminates into the left end of the coronary sinus. Okay. So, and it develops from the common cardinal vein, which may sometimes form a large left superior vena cava. So this is one of the feature of this oblique vein. The important thing is it is a small vein running on the posterior surface of the left atrium and it terminates in the left end of the coronary sinus. Okay. Next, coming to the right marginal vein. So here we can see this right marginal vein. Yes, this is the right marginal vein. This right marginal vein accompanies the marginal branch of the right coronary artery. It may either drain into the small cardiac vein. So here it may drain into the small cardiac vein or it may directly open into the right atrium. So the main 5 tributaries of the coronary sinus are, one is the great cardiac vein, and next one is the middle cardiac vein, next small cardiac vein, the posterior vein of the left ventricle, and the oblique vein of the left atrium, and finally the right marginal. So it is an exception. It may open into the coronary sinus through small cardiac vein or it may directly open into the right atrium. These are all the tributaries of the coronary sinus. And next, 2 types of veins are the anterior cardiac veins and the vena cavas minimi. This vena cordis minimi are also called as Thebesian veins or the smallest cardiac veins. So these are very smallest cardiac veins. So coming to the anterior cardiac veins, normally these cardiac veins are 3 to 4 small veins which run parallel to one another on the anterior wall of the right ventricle and usually open directly into the right atrium. So these veins, this is the anterior cardiac vein. So these are the anterior cardiac veins. These are 3 to 4 small veins which run parallel to one another on the anterior wall of the right ventricle and which opens into the directly into the right atrium through its anterior wall. So these veins are present on the anterior wall of the right ventricle. It opens into the anterior wall of the right atrium. Okay, so this is about the anterior cardiac veins. Now coming to this vena cordis minimi, so these are the smallest cardiac veins and these are numerous veins. So once we have cut this right atrium, so the internally, so the posterior wall, you have seen some small pores are present. So that small pores are called as small openings are called as the vena cordis minimi. So these are numerous small veins present in all 4 chambers of the heart which open directly into the cavity. These are more numerous on the right side of the heart than the left side. So the more number of openings are present on the right atrium. So though the left side is a pure blood carrying heart, although they are carrying pure blood, some of the vena cordis openings are present in all chambers, but very minute or minor openings are present. That means small number of openings are present in the remaining chambers, but large number of openings of vena cordis minimi are seen on the posterior wall of the right atrium. Okay, and these are all about the veins of the heart and the venous drainage of the heart. Okay, in the next session we are going to see the nerve supply of the heart. Thank you.